What's good, everybody? How y'all doing? Today we're gonna be doing reactions to Anton Davis. I'm sorry, I said Anton Davis. Anton Daniels. I believe he run a live show with a woman named Randy Rosario. Yeah, they run a good podcast, man. She does really good subjects. I think she is the real host. I'm not too sure who's the real host between Anton and her, whatever. But shout out to them. I'm going to be leaving the description on underneath, so that you guys can go ahead and see, um, what they're all about. If you want to check out their show on your own time. But today, we're going to be doing a little reaction to them talking about keeping kids away from their fathers, and that's something that I personally resonate with because I'm personally going through that currently and trying to get custody of my kids right now. So this subject right here, I'm interested in what they have to say. Uh, I'm curious of what y'all think about this subject. If you have any thoughts down below, you can go ahead and leave a comment if you feel anything. Leave a timestamp on down below so I know exactly what you are talking about. And if I have anything to say, if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, that's cool. It's all love, no disrespect, it's all love over here. I'm gonna still keep going, regardless. But yeah, this is an important subject to me. I feel like women are keeping fathers away from their kids for generation after generation, and I just feel like it's a cycle that has to be broken. And a little by little, we will make change. I wasn't able to make change, unfortunately, but it's okay. Like I said, I would never give up on my kids. So yeah, this is an important subject. I'm just curious of what they got to say about it. Let's go.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Randy Rosario, and we are here live in Detroit with Let's Brain About It Live. Detroit, make some noise. We just gave away a whole bunch of facials from Ijolu and some lip gloss. Y'all had a good time with that? Y'all was twerking and stuff? Okay, so listen, this episode right here, we're going straight to getting the questions asked from the audience. Crew, how y'all feel about that? Y'all smooth?
Let's go.
Oh, I didn't introduce you.
Thank you.
You guys, y'all make some noise for Rico Hundo.
My boy.
Hundo.
That was mad whack. I need some more noise. Please, 1, 2, 3. Make some noise for me, please. Yeah.
That was mad whack. It's crazy. All right, let's get right to the questions. Are we ready? Let's get it.
How y'all doing? My name is Justin. I had a question. Pretty much, I want to know if the co-parents are like fighting and everything, should that have an influence on like me seeing the kids, or should we just keep it together for the kids?
Oh, without a question, there's no reason, no excuse why you two should not be able to work things out for the betterment of your child, because you want the better for your child. And if you have suffered from going through this in your own life, as in you know the result of how you felt, you should know you should never put your kid through that. You should never want your kid to not be grounded by both of the parents. Nonetheless, if you were responsible enough to sleep with this person, on top of that, have a child by this person, and then, you know, things don't go your way, you can't then turn and say this person is a bad person because things didn't go your way. You have to always keep your child first. Your children must be protected by their parents, and their parents are their leaders. So we all must play our role in the way that we nurture. So there's no reason, there's no excuse why you should block a man away from being in his child's life. In most cases, a man or woman wouldn't be blocked away, but let's a woman should not be blocked away from her child's life unless she's mentally ill, and vice versa. If a man is mentally ill, unhealthy, obviously protect your child. Some certain situations we can't speak about, but in most situations, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to work this out.
If the co-parents are fighting, should that have an influence on whether one parent should see the kids, or should they be able to be mature enough to actually work through it? I'm going to take that question straight to Chulo. If you are beefing with your baby mama, should you not be able to see your child anymore?
Nah, that's childish. That's childish in itself. Um, that bond right there. You have to nurture that. You have to nurture that. You can't be in the way because most people be putting their immature emotions before the children. That's why children normally 9 times out of 10 ain't even for the situation. People didn't have children intentionally. You can tell within their actions because if you did, you would say, nah, nothing is gonna stop you from seeing your child, no matter how much I'm beefing with you, no matter how much I really don't like you. I'm gonna set up an environment where you and that child can spend time together. Especially.
Correct. No matter what, you have to work it out because of the child. I love you. You never know. This person may be a bad person in you in a relationship, but the way they love on their kid is totally different. It literally helps them. Everything about them, they pour into their kid differently than the way they could pour into you, and maybe that hurts you in a type of ways or whatever. But let's not get beside ourselves. It didn't work out, so now we have to do what's best for our kid. And now he also stated something as though, oh, even if I don't like you, even if we don't like each other, I do agree with him, even if we don't like each other. But this is something that we, and especially in our community, has to change. Because when you say you don't like someone that you had a child with, and this goes for myself as well, this means that you never got to know this person and you were sleeping with them. And this right here, it has made so many broken homes. This pattern right here, even myself, I fell a victim of this, same characteristic. And that's why I'm advocating for the opposite. Because there's no one, we want better. I want better I want better kids, better men and women for my kids to choose from your kids to choose from. And by doing this, we have to break these cycles. Like I said, he said that we don't know each other. That's probably why we don't like each other. I'm sorry. We don't like each other. That's probably why, because we don't know each other. So let's start getting to know each other, get into each other's families before we actually get to the next level where we're actually sleeping with each other. Hopefully, we can get to a point where we can do it little by little. It's gonna happen.
If it's like that for real, go ahead, let them do their thing.
But why are y'all talking like that usually happens on the man's side?
I was about to.
Men don't prevent the mother of the child from seeing the child.
Can I say
That
it?
doesn't happen.
Let me
So
say it.
so when you speak to that, speak specifically to the women that are weaponizing a child, using a child and using it as a weapon against the man that they no longer are with. Speak to it.
Yeah, yeah. I appreciate Anton for specifying that and highlighting how that question was really probed towards women, because in most cases, we're speaking to majority. In most cases, that happens. Women do that. Women keep the kids away from the man. And, you know, most cases, a man really does want to be there. So that question was definitely probed mostly towards the women, and we all know that. Let's not play.
Specifically.
I will say this. I think more often than not, the person that's standing in the way of that other parental relationship is the mom. And I think what happens in the situation often is because the woman carries the baby, we feel like that's my baby.
No.
But what I need y'all to understand is that's that daddy's baby too.
Yeah,
And as much as it hurt, let me get this out because I'm on y'all side right now. As much as it hurt, as much as the pain of it not working out, you didn't carry that person's child and extend his lineage for y'all not to be together. I get that. I can understand how that's heartbreaking. I really can. You have to put your ego aside and let your kids win in life. You don't want your kids to have the same experiences that you had. So if you
Again, I appreciate her for saying this because like I said, we have to break cycles. We don't want to continue the same cycle. We don't want to make them feel the same way that you once felt. Most of us has felt. We wanted to see that other parent that we wanted to see our father. Let me start sugarcoating. We wanted to see our fathers, and the mothers are blocking the relationship with the fathers. Is not doing no justice for the kid because then it creates bad behavior by the kid. He then suffers in the schools. He then suffers with his anger. He then suffers with his insecurity. In all ways, she suffered from a self. How you call this? They suffer in many ways. The kid. You have to have both to balance out everything. So we have to break the cycle.
standing in the way of your child actually knowing their father, getting to build a relationship with their father, letting their father be a father, it's time for you to look in the mirror and do some self-reflection.
And fellas, you got to start knowing that these are really your kids. All right. Look at it like a Coke machine. All right. You put a quarter in, and that Coke come out, it's your Coke. If you put a baby in her and it come out, that's your baby. So y'all need to start getting down to these courthouses before they go.
I'll say this.
I'm trying to one thing I never see is very rare. When the parents break up and they go their separate ways, fathers never take the kids. They always, most of the time, end up with the mom. So when certain situations or certain things happen, we really do love the ball in the women's court because they don't really step up to do much. They allow the women to take on majority of the load. They allow her to do majority of the work and then want to jump in and make executive decisions when they're not even there while everything is going on. So that could cause all types of issues. You're shaking your head, Anton, but it's
Huh? How did it go there? I ain't gonna lie. These type of women are the ones that will echo chamber. They will echo chamber bad behavior. This type of woman right here just had an argument in bad faith. That's an example of having an argument in bad faith right there. That had nothing to do. All right, let's in most cases, a man will never get the opportunity to actually get custody of his kid, full custody of the kid. In most cases, it's a low percentage of where men actually gonna get custody of their kids, and that woman got to be whacked out. They got to prove that woman is whacked out or in a whacked out situation. So let's be clear. She knows this. This was in bad faith. That's not a good argument. That's not even a good question. I know she asked it in devil advocate. I don't even think that was in devil advocate. Like I said, that was a question of bad faith. I'm trying to sugarcoat it and make it better. Nah, there's no other way to say it. That was a low IQ question.
true. These men don't want to raise these kids. They
Rico,
leave it for the
let's
women
get
to
Rico
do.
real quick. Rico, what you think?
Well, it's not what I think. It's actually what I know.
Hold the fuck up.
I know that only 18% of men win custody of their children. And I know that over 50% of men fight for their children. So when I can tell you that 1 out of 2 fathers are actually fighting.
See, I didn't even know that, like the statistics or whatever. But like I said, there you go right there. Only 18% of the men who fight for their kids. All right, 50% of the men fight for their kids. And out of 50%, only 80% of those men get full custody of their kids. So that means that there are a lot of men fighting for their kids. That means that they are losing in most cases at a high percentage, and they're winning at a low percentage, but they're still fighting. So that argument, what she just said, was literally just so a woman could just be like, yeah, what about that? But really, it had no validity to it. It was an argument in bad faith. And he has the facts behind it. Thank God for him. Shout out to him.
Fighting for their child, I'm going to say I strongly disagree that they're not there for that child. But I will also say that systematically it's set up for us to lose, specifically in our
Facts.
community, against our child, to win over
agree.
our child. So my problem with this all is when a woman, specifically speaking, if I go by numerics, is 72% of women that are actually winning the custodial rights of their child, of that percentage, they're actually willingly allowing their child to suffer by not have that father in their life if they're playing that game.
Yep.
And my
Yep. 100% willingly letting your kids suffer, knowing that you making them suffer because of your decision, because of you. What is the real definition of that? That'll be a narcissist. Only worrying about yourself. Everything revolves around yourself. Everything that everybody thinks of comes back to you. You only think about things in revolving around yourself. That's a word that women like throw around. I just want to throw it out there. I actually don't even like throwing around these words, but it was just the real definition or somewhat definition of what they really use, but they are the ones.
issue with it all is a lot of women think that they're okay because they didn't have that experience with their father. So they think that their child is okay. When you said let them look in the mirror, they haven't understood the mirror. They don't even understand where their flaws are coming from. And they're automatically allowing those flaws to be instilled in their kid as a kid.
Can I tell you the truth though? Can I tell you the truth? He was done. He was.
Yeah, man, and that's the cycle that I was talking about. We just have to break that cycle, man. There's many cycles that we have to break, and that's another one. That's another one of those cycles that we have to break, for sure.
Done. I let him finish. He landed the plane. Relax, niggas. I think the issue with a lot of people that are broken is, and you know what's crazy about this? I was just talking to my twin over there in the audience about this recently, a couple days ago actually. I own my shit. I can look at situations from when I was younger or from right now and say, you know what, dang, I ain't have to really spaz out on them like that and crash out or fight. Or I was overstimulated in the situation. It really wasn't that I was angry. A lot of people can't look in that mirror and say, you know what, I be fucking up. People will look in that mirror and they'll see an ego reflection and be like, oh no, I'm good. It's all that nigga fucking up. He keep dropping the ball. He lost a good thing. He lost out. No, he didn't lose out on anything, baby. You got some work to do. He left for a reason.
Right.
It was never there for a reason.
Absolutely.
He didn't commit for a
Now,
reason.
to be clear, that's not me giving a pass to no hoe ass nigga that's not raising his child, because that's weak as hell and you will never be a man and you will never be blessed. However, it's a lot of you women that are standing in the way of the men being men and being fathers, and y'all gotta sit the fuck down.
Big up to her. Not for real, big up to her for real for saying that. Like I said, this subject, it really resonates with me personally because I'm literally going through this, and what she just said is literally like my situation. So like, women sometimes and men sometimes just need to take a reflection. You just need to take a reflection, even if you're right or wrong. Once you decide to part from each other and there's kids involved, right or wrong, there's a reflection that you take on yourself. Take accountability of where you could have done better, or more so, what you have done wrong. Therefore, that you could possibly do better in your future for yourself, for somebody else in your near future, so that you can empower and be a better person for your kids. Everybody benefit from you improving. Everybody. So for all of us, we have to take a look in the mirror and do what's best for the kid. It doesn't matter if you're man. It doesn't matter if you're the woman. Just take a look at yourself and be like, listen, at one point, I thought great of this man. At one point, I thought this woman was enough. And so at some point, I thought we could do it for these kids. We have to continue to keep the kids forward. They are the future. We are their leaders, and we have to continue leading them. But we cannot lead them if we're gonna break up from each other and break up our relationship from our kids with the other parent. It is vital that we break this cycle. One of the ways that we have to break this cycle, I feel, we have to let these fathers meet these girls who they're dating, their daughters who they're dating. We have to let these whoever the daughter dating meet the father or some type of male figure that is important to that daughter or to that girl before anything happens where those legs get open. And that is vital. It's vital. All right, y'all. We're gonna just go ahead and wrap it up here. If you want to watch it, I'm gonna leave a description for y'all to see. Their podcast is called Let's Rant About It, or Let's Rant About It by Anton Davis and Randy Rosario. I think they had touched upon a very important subject. It was something that's going on in our community a lot. We have a lot of people having kids out of wedlock, and we're having a lot of people have kids out of wedlock, and it's to the point where something has to change. Even myself, I made the mistake, but I still don't want my kids to suffer. So these women have to change their mentality in keeping the fathers out the household. You guys who have already experienced it shouldn't want your kids to experience that as well. The future is near, and they're the future, and I hope that you will want better for your kid. All right, y'all, we out. Thanks for looking. I hope you liked it. Comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Sorry. And you guys have a good night. Till the next video, I'll be reacting to some more. I'll be right back at it. All right, y'all, have a good day.